Hey loves, I hope you are having an amazing day today. So today we are taking a walk around the complex. As you can see in the background, it's pretty gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. But I mean, we will do like a proper, um, what is it called? Tour of the yard, the apartment, and everything. But the most important thing today is that we get to speak about something that's been burning very much in my heart. So the other day I watched this show called, I am currently watching a show called The Good Doctor. I think maybe some of you guys have watched it already. And basically, in the show, there was, there was, because in the season that I'm in now, the guy has left the show. Um, but like he basically grew up in money, and he was just pretty much like ridiculed for growing up in money, right, by one of the patients. And it turns out that while he grew up in money, he had a very tough childhood with his father never been there. Like his parents were never there. They were very absent. They never really, he was basically raised by nannies. And he ended up disowning his family because he couldn't take it anymore and whatnot. So, yeah, but the point that I'm trying to talk about is the fact that just because he grew up in money, then that man assumed that he never had any trouble in life, you know? And I was just thinking about how it's very easy for us to, what's the word, to ridicule people who haven't experienced the same um, circumstances as us, so the same hardships as us, but we actually forget that people face other hardships that may not be the same as ours. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you have not, like for example, if someone grew up in money like him, it's very easy to automatically ridicule him for that, as if they did that to themselves. He did not. Um, he did not make himself to be born into money. The same way you didn't cause yourself to be born into nothing. So yeah, so that's like something that I was thinking about. I'm like, yo, I even realized how it's very easy to, it's hard. I mean, honestly, it's very hard to talk to people who cannot relate to you because they don't know what the hell you're talking about. But it's another thing when now we're making people feel like, yo, um, that they did something wrong for not suffering. You know what I mean? It's really wrong. So yeah, so I was thinking about how, like, you know there are things that I've experienced in my life that my friends have not experienced, and it's very easy to start looking at such people differently, but in all reality, like, no one has, it's things that they couldn't have controlled. If they had like a very nice life, hey, they had a very nice life, you know um, so yeah, so I think it's very important that we don't make people feel bad about the the blessings in their lives just because Rona, we did not experience the same kind of blessings. It's really wrong and it's very unfair because, yeah. And what inspired this actually is the show that I watched. Yeah, like I was telling you guys, it's that show. And I was thinking about, like, a while ago, a friend of mine was just talking about how her other friend makes her feel bad because she didn't go through poverty and whatnot, growing up. And yeah, and it just made me think that, it's very easy to be like, yeah, like to kind of being, yeah, to be envious about, I mean, to be envious of people who didn't have it hard in life, because Tina, we did have it very hard. But in actual fact, like, you know, they didn't put themselves in those shoes the same way we didn't put ourselves in those shoes. And to be honest, it's very unfair to look at them in that way. Yeah, unfortunately, we do not choose the kind of families that we are born into, but we choose who we are as we grow up, you know, who we want to become. And we should be able to take comfort in that. At least, you know, you can change your fortune and not be poor like the circumstances that you grew up in. But I mean, I know not all of us are able to escape those circumstances, but it's very unfair for us to ridicule those who never had to experience that, who are not able to, you know, relate to us. It's okay that they can't relate. They never had the same experiences as us, and that's fine, because, you know, everyone has their own problems. And like the show that I was telling you about, you might have been poor, but your parents were very present. You know what I mean? Like your parents were there every step of the way. They were there every night. And then a guy like that, yeah, nah, he was saying that like his parents were just never there. He was raised by nannies. So when coming to having a father figure and a mother figure in your life, like parental love in your life, you are better off than that person. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say today, that we should not underestimate what other people go through in their lives just because our experiences are proving to be a little bit more severe than other people's circumstances. Because at the end of the day, we are all human and we go through all different issues, and yeah, and we can't really compare ourselves. I think the only person that you can compete against is yourself. So imagine if you are competing against someone who has, like, it's not their fault that um, that it's not their fault that the misfortunes happen to you. It's really not their fault. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of unplanned tour of this place. I'll do like a proper one where I walk you through everything. There's just so many nice things. There's a restaurant, there's a laundromat, there's a game room, there's a boardroom where you can have your meetings. There's literally pretty much the things that, and a beautiful pool. You literally would feel like you are at a holiday. But anywho, I love you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.